How's it going, guys? Welcome to J&M Reports,
I'm Jacob.
and I'm Nick. Today, we're going to be discussing the Rafael Devers trade that just happened minutes ago, really. And a big comparison being thrown around right now is the Mookie Betts trade in 2020 when he got traded to the Dodgers. So, going into the trade here, the San Francisco Giants are receiving Rafael Devers, and he will probably play DH for them as as Matt Chapman is manning third base. He's platinum glove defense over there. He has $250 million left on his contract over 8 years, and look at his stats. This year he did start off pretty slow, obviously regarding all the rumors about the position change and all that. But since the first 2 weeks about in the season, he's been really good so far this season. He's batting 271 with 14 home runs, accumulating 2.2 WAR, 400 on base percentage, which actually look at his stats, it's a lot higher this year in comparison to other years. So he's taking his walks a lot more and an 894 OPS, 149 OPS plus. So he's having a really good year, actually one of the best in his career. And yeah, I mean, for multiple years now, let's see, 9. For about 9 years now, he's been one of the most consistent hitters in baseball. So the Giants are getting a really good bat. He's a notorious Yankee killer. In his career against the Yankees, he has a 270 batting average with 31 home runs in just 119 games. So he's an all-star against every other team and basically an MVP against the Yankees. And in particular, he has 8 home runs against Garrett Cole with a batting average of 350, which is just deadly. And it's a great Father's Day gift for the Yankees. As a Yankee fan, I'm so excited to see him not on the Red Sox anymore and not even in the American League. He was originally signed to a contract extension under Shane Bloom as general manager, but there are some differences in philosophy between the new general manager, Craig Beslow, and Rafi Devers that kind of, I guess, eventually built up to this trade.
Some sources claim that the Boston front office was astonished by how big, weight-wise, he was in spring training, which had to bring up the idea of, was this something that's been thought of about for a while for Boston? Like, did they have in mind trading him, or was this on an on-spot thing? It doesn't really help that he's on pace for one of his best seasons of his career, with possibly getting close to his career high of homers, and also walking more than ever. His on-base percentage currently is above 400, which is around a 320 career on-base percentage. That's an astounding improvement for a guy who's 28. And a man who has been known to be one of the biggest power threats in baseball. He's hitting the ball as hard as he's ever have. Like, he hasn't been getting up close to being on pace for 50 doubles that he had in 2019, but he's been hitting for power all around the ball, and even the singles have hit hard. And there's also a bit deep into the deal is Craig Beslow compared to Shane Bloom and the relationships they had, as Devers struck up controversy with the current GM by being mad about the signing of Alex Bregman. As it is odd that with the free agents in the past, they give $40 million to a third baseman when they already have a third baseman locked down for over $300 million. And they asked Devers to move to the DH role or possibly third base. He was angry about it. Then it even got worse after Tristan Casas injured his leg and was out for the year, as Devers declined to move to first base publicly, and he did not care about it at all. He was very, well, bothered by the idea of them asking something of him, when in reality, most players have a for the team mentality, while Devers seems to have a more for himself. Like, you can't really blame him, but you're getting 300 million, you might as well just learn first base or be a DH and be happy about it. But he still has 8 years remaining on his contract of 250 million, so maybe that led to the eventual deal. As the Red Sox did get something in return, they got Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, both pitchers, along with James Tibbs, and rookie ball pitcher Jose Bello. The Red Sox sent no money to the Giants, but Jordan Hicks' contract will be covered by the Red Sox, and the Giants will cover the rest of the 8 years, 250 million on Devers' contract.
Now, diving into each player respectively, we're going to start with James Tibbs here. He's 22 years old, 6'1", 201 pounds. He was drafted just last year in the 13th overall pick out of Florida State. And in 2024, his college slash line was a thing of beauty, 363, 477, and 777, and led FSU to the College World Series. Currently, he was ranked the fourth best prospect in the Giants system. And actually, I would just like to note here, his middle name is Eugene. He's a lefty outfielder, currently in high A, and has an 857 OPS, so he's doing pretty solid. and he's expected to come up around 2026. I'm thinking maybe late 2026, a year or two. Look at his scouting grades. He has 60 hit tool, 55 power. So his hitting is definitely there. The hitting ability is very solid. 40 run, 55 arm, and 40 field. So he has a decent arm. The fielding isn't really there, and you're not going to don't expect much of him from on the base paths here. With an overall of 50. And then on to Jordan Hicks. He was a former reliever signed to be a starter. This year, currently, he has an over 6 ERA, but he's also hurt. He's a hard-throwing sinker baller with a 97.3 mile per hour sinker on average, who has avoided barrels so far this year with a 58.7 ground ball percentage, which is very, very solid. He needs to avoid walking batters, limit base hits, and induce more chases if he wants to be successful with the Red Sox. And the Red Sox do owe him around 32 million over 2.5 years.
Now on to possibly the biggest or the second biggest prize of this deal for the Boston is Kyle Harrison. Like, besides Tibbs, Harrison's probably the more highly regarded player, as he was a former top prospect, but now he's 23 years old, the lefty, over a 4-year rate each of his first 3 seasons. Not full seasons, but they were major league experience. His hard hit rate percentage has gone up throughout his career, currently at 48%, which isn't a good sign, specifically since his breaking balls have not gotten any better. His velocity is nothing to be amazed by, but a 95 mile per hour average that has gone up. It has hit a peak of around 97 miles per hour on his 4-seam. Is very good and it seems to be improving. His secondary pitches, however, seem to need some help. His slurve has potential. It's just a very raw pitch, needs to be developed, worked on. Maybe a switch or addition of a similar pitch like a slider may help, or a curveball. He might be able to adjust to become a modern sweeper like the other teams and leagues and players, of course, have been doing, which could possibly be good because with the way he pitches, a sweeper would be able to do effective stuff against both sides of the plate, painting the corners, making them swing away, swing at their feet. It could just be a very effective pitch. He also has a changeup as a third pitch, which he uses around 10% of the time. Not the best, not the worst, but it's a serviceable changeup. Could be better. He was supposed to start for San Francisco the day of the trade against the Dodgers, but mid-bullpen stretchers reported that Logan Porter, the catcher, stopped and left without any word or reason. And then we found out Harrison got dealt and was traded away. Then it's been announced that Boston is sending him to AAA, so he goes from being in the majors to being demoted. He has around 200 career innings in the majors. He's been known to be able to strike guys out. His fastball is definitely his best pitch, while his breaking ball is his worst. His off-speed is, off-speed is just ranked average. But he does need to work on a lot of stuff. With his whiff percentage, K percentage being high, he needs to work on his overall walk percentage. His ground ball percentage is bad. The final piece of the trade as of now is Jose Bello, the 6'1", 164-pound right-handed pitcher out of the Dominican Republic. Not much is known about him because he's a very raw and young prospect, as he's 20 years old, rookie ball for the third year, as this is his third year of rookie ball, and pro ball in general. He does need to add muscle. 164 at 6'1" is a little sketchy, especially for someone who wants to throw hard, which he does. But his rookie ball stats are very good. Especially the past few years, he's gotten better. His first year was a 3.55 ERA through 33 innings. And then he got a little bit more time with 27.2 innings at 2.93 ERA. This year, through 18 innings of work, 2 ERA on the dot. His wild pitches have been higher. His strikeouts have been nice. His strikeout percentage throughout his career has been nice. With a 14.0 strikeout .9 this year. His walk percentage is a little on his career, but it's getting better. He's allowed less hits. He hasn't allowed a single homer this year so far. So he may be getting close to being called up. But he's currently been a starter in the minors. This year, the Giants themselves changed him to a full-on relief pitcher, trying to maybe turn him into a closer. So he has 2 saves through 8 games this year, but he's been more of long relief. So maybe a future good closer role or just a shutdown reliever would be good for him. But it is still known, or has to be known, that he's a very raw prospect, as he has terrible command. He is ranked 27th in the Giants system preseason, which will obviously change as he's been dealt to a different team with a bit different system. His highlight pitch is his slider as of now, which ranks above average. His fastball and changeup rank about below. Currently 40 grade changeup and fastball with a 55 grade slider. His fastball is not expected to be changed much in his career, expected to only go up a 45 match with a 50 match changeup. His 55 grade slider definitely is the highlight of the pack, which could possibly reach 60 to 70 grades one day. His 20 grade command is horrendous, however, which needs to be up to what they hope to be around 50 grade. He is indeed a high strikeout pitcher with an MLB ETA of 2029, but it could be longer, could be shorter, depending on how he develops as a reliever in the minors. Overall, this trade was a big blow to Red Sox fans as they felt they were finally going to be able to compete, and that their contention window was getting pushed forward with Christian Campbell, Roman Anthony, and all these other top prospects being called up. And they also just trade some of those prospects like Kyle Teel for Garrett Crochet, who they extended. And they finally got above 500, just finishing a big sweep of the New York Yankees. And it has been known to be another questionable decision by the front office, like other decisions, like waiting longer than what they thought to call up Roman Anthony. Also, back in the day, trading Mookie Betts, their star at the time, right after they won the World Series, trading him to another guy in the NL West. It's also to note Devers got on a jet very fast out of Fenway, even though it was confirmed that he did not request a trade. Red Sox GM Craig Breslow, along with Sam Kennedy, have announced that they will discuss the trade Monday, tomorrow when this video is recorded, over Zoom. And it will be interesting to see what they say about it overall and what the overall pushback from the Boston fandom is, as it's been known that Boston fans, based off social media, have not been happy at all with this trade, especially with return, with fans of other teams piping in and saying that they indeed lost the trade, but only time will tell.
This trade in general has been generating a lot of questions amongst Red Sox fans and baseball fans in general. One of them being, was letting go of Bloom, the guy who built an amazing farm system that brought Campbell, Anthony Mayer, and other guys to the team, the best idea? On the flip side, looking at the Giants, will the Giants keep Rafi long term, especially given their commitment to other lengthy, expensive contracts such as Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, Robbie Ray, Jung Ho Lee, and Logan Webb, just to name a few? You're essentially paying $250 million for your DH and Rafael Devers. I feel like the Giants right now, they see that they're winning and doing well, and they wanted to be aggressive early on in the season to ultimately overcome the Dodgers and other competitors in that competitive NL West division.
Also, it does seem to note that Buster Posey has recently joined their front office and has pushed to do more, so will Buster Posey have a big effect on what the Giants do in the future?
Yeah, and I mean that builds upon the trade deadline here this season, how aggressive they will be, and how willing they are to keep big prospects such as Eldridge, Hunt, Jordan, Whitman, and Arias. It is important to note that the Red Sox are in San Francisco on Friday, so a little reunion between Rafael Devers and the Red Sox will occur there, so that'll be fun to watch.
And also, are the Red Sox done trading assets? They've been known to want to possibly trade Yoshida and Story, but we don't really know. And also, keep your eyes on players like Duran with their increasing outfield, as they had a lot of infielders. They got rid of Devers. Will they get rid of Duran to make room for players like Anthony? And it's been known that even before Devers even got dealt or had an idea being dealt, Duran rumors were circling, particularly to the Padres. Will this happen? We got to keep an eye on the Red Sox.
Yeah, Duran to the Mets is also a big possibility I've been hearing. Overall, what are your thoughts on this trade? Leave a comment below letting us know. Leave a like on the video, subscribe for more. Hit that bell notification to get notified for future uploads. A Ben Rice video is coming soon.
Thank you
Take
all,
it
and I
easy,
hope you
boys.
enjoyed.
Peace.